Legal immigration is an important part of our toolbox. I can't basically talk to any Republican about immigration right now because the fact is we had a compromise bill in the Senate written by James Lankford of Oklahoma, who is not a wild and crazy guy. He's not a liberal guy. He's a Republican. That was crafted with blood, sweat, and tears, people from all parties and one independent sitting in the room putting something together, and Donald Trump called him up and said, kill the bill. Don't pass that bill because I need it as an election year issue. So now everybody's demagoguing in immigration. We all know there are some problems. We all know that we have to shorten up the amount of time that asylum seekers take to get their asylum approved. We all know that we have to do something about many of the challenges at the border, the number of people coming across. I would have compromised on many of the things in that bill. I don't agree with everything in that bill, but it was a compromise. And it dealt with so many of the things that people are saying today, even shutting down the border if too many people were coming through. And to demagogue about immigrants just gets my blood boiling. My grandfather, all my grandparents were immigrants. I don't know what country your family came from, but I've only been here since my parents' generation. So, you know, I don't have a long time here, and I don't have a long time being in the United States, and we wouldn't have a country today. Right now, there are 2 jobs for every 1 worker in Maine, and we need more people to do those jobs. Well, sorry, both you guys are picking on me. What am I supposed to do?
No, Mr. Alcorn, I think you know the question is your argument is this is not working. So what is your answer to immigration?
Right, exactly. And so she brought up some good points and stuff, but let me go back quickly, and this is why I didn't want to forget my point to respond to the representation. The Hill came out with a article that said most Americans feel that the two-party system isn't representing the people and cannot bring meaningful change to this country. That's what the only point. I didn't say that you weren't going to represent the people, or you know, that it's the system. But on immigration, I worked with the Hispanic community in Lewiston, and so I speak Spanish. I don't have anything against immigrants and immigration. All right, we're all immigrants. We all came here at one point. Our ancestors. My ex-wife is part Native American, so my kids are part Native. But how many? I mean, 10 million people. People are starting to wonder why so many are pouring over the border, and more importantly, or equally as important, is why is the government paying them? When our ancestors came here, we didn't have the government handing us cell phones and money and apartments and all this stuff. That's costing us money. That's causing our debt to go up. That's the point that I think that most of us are making. None of us who are conservative or Republicans are saying that we hate people who are coming here.
In terms of identifying a solution, I just want to get back to that point of, are you saying do not provide any resources, let anybody who comes across the border be homeless?
Well, it's so frustrating because you have a lot of veterans who are homeless. You have a lot of people. I mean, I go right through Portland and just look. There are a lot of people who are obviously not from Haiti or Africa, and they're still homeless. Why? I was on the radio and suggested building.
Get back to the solution part. Do you have a solution?
Yeah, this is the solution. People come up with suggestions and solutions, and then they do the wrong thing. Perfect example. I suggested the homeless shelter in Riverside to be built. I mean, it was a suggestion. I don't know if it was but they built it and they put the immigrants in there and left the homeless on the street. It was supposed to be for homeless, and they put immigrants in there. Now the homeless are still. It's like we got to start taking care of our own people.
Mr. Russell, I want to loop you back into this because this actually started from a previous answer of yours. How do we address immigration on our border?
We have 2 systems. We have a legal immigration system. That's based upon what our requirements are for labor and new citizenry, and our ability to absorb that amount of people into the country. Again, 1 million per year basically is what we develop as new citizens here, what we accept as new citizens. We have an illegal immigration system, which we've made semi-legal by some proclamations by our president. Now, I think you were a little disingenuous there when you talked about Schumer's bill, Shelley, because
I think it was Senator Langford's bill.
they worked on it together. Senator Langford was part of a crew that worked on that. But it didn't leave the Senate. We had a bill called H.R. 2 that came out of the Congress that you were in that went to the Senate, has never been taken up. In the military, we have a test for our courses of action that we adopt: suitability, feasibility, and acceptability. Suitability means, does it accomplish the objective? If the objective is to stop illegal immigration, that bill that came out of the Senate did not stop illegal immigration. It allows 5,000 immigrants per day to come across. And when we reach a magical number higher than 5,000, then we can close the border. We haven't been able to close the border at all here. So how are we going to do that when we meet that magical number? Impossible. What we need to do is stop all illegal immigration coming into the United States. We do that by continuing to build the rest of the wall. Okay, that's the first step. We've got a problem on our northern border here as well. We have to use probably technological means to help us close the northern border, and then keep a close eye out for where they are outgunning those technological advances.
We will leave it there on the topic of immigration. We will take a quick break, though, and we'll be back after this.